righty, welcome back to another episode of Hashing Out with Javi. This is episode 8. Today I have a very special guest. I'm extremely excited to have on. Been wanting to have him on for a while, so I'm super stoked. This guy has a lot of things about him that I really admire and think that's cool. He's a driven person. He's passionate. He's really about his game. So this guest, his name is Johnnie Mercado, also known as Rico J or at Rico J on Instagram.
Yo, what's up, bro? What's up? First and foremost, bro, thank you for that intro, man. I too myself, had admiration for you and what you're doing, and what you've done as well. So hell yeah, bro. It's a mutual feeling. Excited to be here. Excited to share this conversation with you. And over everything, excited to record here, bro. Your equipment is pretty badass, man. Hell yeah.
Yeah, dude. You better talk to the producer.
Oh yeah. Hey, Mr. Producer in the back over there.
Gotta make it seem like I got one over there.
There you go.
Nah, man, it's cool, man. I'm glad to have you. I wanted to talk a little bit about kind of the things that you do, because you do a lot, right? So
yeah.
At the end of the day, I'm just extremely impressed, right? So like you are a person that creates content on the internet, right? You've gone viral a few times. We'll talk about that.
Yeah.
You're a mortgage lender.
Yes, sir.
Right? You're a podcaster.
Yes, sir.
What aren't you? I want to know.
I'm not a quitter, bro. That's the thing. I'm not a quitter, and I don't settle. That's one thing I'm not.
That's what's up. That's what's up. So I've been spending some time listening to your podcast with, I think you do it with 2 other people.
Yes.
And it's the Millennial Mindset, right?
Right. Inside the Millennial Mindset.
Inside the Millennial Mindset. Yeah. And it's a really good podcast. So when I started listening to it a few days ago, actually I've been listening to it for a while, but what I did a few days ago is I went back to the very beginning episodes. And you've been doing it for what, like a year and a half, 2 years?
About a year and a half right now, bro. We just hit that year and a half mark. I want to say like October, November, actually recently, that like 1.5 years. But yeah, we've been doing it for a minute now. Yeah.
So you're like a pro, dude. I'm just learning this. You know what I mean?
I wouldn't say pro, bro, because we're still, we're getting better every single day. Definitely know a lot more than we did when we started, but yeah, always learning, bro. Always learning new things.
That's how you learn, bro.
Yes, sir.
If you're not making mistakes, you're not learning.
Exactly. 100% with that.
Yeah. So I went back and I was listening to your podcast, and the one thing I like about it a lot is what you guys are kind of bringing awareness to is the whole idea of like millennials, kind of dispelling the idea that millennials are bad and they're not good and they're lazy and all of those things. And tell me about that a bit, because I know that's kind of one of the first things I think from listening back in the beginning now to what you guys have going on today. That's kind of where it started, right?
Actually, you know what? It's cool that you bring that up, bro, because that's the main reason why we started Millennial Mindset, or Inside the Millennial Mindset. We thought that society kind of sees the millennial generation as lazy, as entitled, as kind of like the people that earn those participation awards and all this bullshit. And we strongly disagree. Yes, I think every generation has that lazy group of people, but the thing is, like, you can't really do anything about that crap. But every millennial that I know and that I associate myself with is out grinding and doing their thing. They don't just do one thing. They're out doing multiple things in order to get ahead in life. So what really the main reason why we started this podcast was because we wanted to highlight people that were doing that were shakers in their given industries, and that were doing something out of the ordinary, or were just, resilient, people that weren't going to settle for less or settle for enough. And that's really why we wanted to bring it about. I remember talking to initially this podcast started with 2 other dudes, my boy Jason Amaral, and then my dude Rico Flores, which are the 2 of the guys that I started this with, and that was really our thing. We're like, dude, we're tired of hearing that millennials are lazy and entitled, and it's like, it's just that our hustle's different. Our hustle's so different. One of the guys, the guy that's still on the podcast now, Rigo, he's in the what is it called, online business. Like he does e-commerce. Yeah, he's in the e-commerce business. And the thing is that, yeah, maybe it looks like he doesn't hustle, but nah, my guy's a hustler. Like, he makes his money, you know what I mean? Right. So I think that's really the main reason why we brought it about. And I think we've had nothing but luck when bringing these millennials into our podcast. And it's cool to see how hard these people are working. You know what I mean? How hard, and to know that they're in our generation is like, wow, it's inspirational.
Yeah. I thought it was really cool. So I mean, I got to be honest. I used to make fun of millennials all the time.
Mm-hmm.
I still do to a certain extent.
Oh, me too. So we're good.
yeah. But I think the reality is a lot of people don't realize the millennial generation, how big it spans, right? So what's funny to me, what's extraordinarily funny to me is that there are many millennials making fun of other millennials. So people, I think the millennial generation spans from 1981 to 1996.
Yeah.
And that's a big gap. It's 15
81
years.
to 96, yeah.
Yeah, it's a huge gap, right? So anybody born after 81 who's talking shit about millennials, guess what?
You're a fucking millennial. We said it the same way.
Cheers, bro. Yeah, exactly. Like, you're a fucking millennial. And what's crazy is, like, I didn't realize how big that was.
Yeah.
And then I realized, like, very quickly, like, I barely just missed the millennial generation.
You did, bro.
Like, barely.
By a pinch.
Yeah. And so I'm like, holy shit. Like, I didn't realize the millennial generation was that big. I think it should be split up, to be honest. I think some of the older millennials probably might be a little bit closer to Gen X. I'm Gen X, quote unquote.
Mm-hmm.
But there's no real kind of like standard to what that is. But anyways, I really, after listening to your podcast, I was like, okay, this is cool, because people that do kind of hate on millennials, like, they can listen to that and go, there's still some really driven, positive, passionate millennials who are about their business, right? And that's kind of a lot about, like, what millennial mindset is. It's about business at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of what I took from it. Business, being positive. You guys have had a lot of guests. I mean, I was listening to them, I was like, holy crap, there's a lot of guests. You even talked about, like, toxic positivity.
Oh, hell yeah, bro. That was one of our most recent and most requested subjects, actually. So, yeah, bro, we talk a little bit about everything on there, man. And I think we as humans, bro, I think we find ways to differentiate ourselves from other people. We're always looking for ways to kind of say, oh, you're this and I'm that. Like, for example, look at us. We're talking about a generational thing that, realistically speaking, bro, it's like, it's nothing. It really has nothing to do with us. Like, does it affect the way that you get a job? Does it affect your inner circle? No. Like, 90% of my closest friends are older than me, and that has nothing to do whatsoever with generation. So I think it's just a thing that we create. It's human made, that to differentiate. I think you're either going to be driven or you're not. You're either going to be motivated or you're not. You're either going to be positive or you're going to be negative. It is what it is, no matter what generation you're from. So I think it's, I think it's a funny thing. We find ways to differentiate ourselves from the other generations.
Right, yeah. And I think what's funny about generational kind of like disparities, or when people talk about, like, oh, the millennials, they're doing bad or whatever, X, Y, or Z. Like, I'm pretty sure my grandparents were like, this generation X is full of shit. They're lazy. They're all these things. But at the same token, I can kind of understand where they're coming from, right? Like, if I look at the World War II generation, my grandparents' generation, I could see, like, I could see my fucking uncles who were at Pearl Harbor and fighting World War II in different landscapes. I can see them looking at me going, this fucking spooge is just sitting on his couch playing fucking Xbox, like the original Xbox or Super Nintendo or Atari. Like, I could see them looking at me going, no, whatever. It's just a generational change and norms. It's kind of societal norms. Like, society's different. You know what I mean? But one thing I am very proud to know is we were talking about earlier, for instance, about my son and the podcast we did with him, right? And after talking to him in that podcast, 2 podcasts actually, I realized, like, these young kids, they're not that bad.
Nah. And I think a lot of it has to do with our upbringing. We also talked about, foundation, bro. I think a lot of it also has to do with foundation and really how we are brought up. Because I listened to the podcast. I'm telling you, I was listening to the podcast when you and your son, and I'm like, hold up, this is Generation Z. Like, this is the people that we make fun of. Hold on. The same way that you Gen Xers make fun of us, we make fun of Gen Z,
right,
or whatever it is. And I think it's just kind of like a big brother, little brother thing. You know what I mean? Just do it. You feel me? So, although I find it stupid, it's funny. It's one of those things that's like funny but stupid. But, hearing your son speak, it's like, I see why he is the way he is, and that's because of the foundation that you established. Not only that, but the relationship that you have with him. Because, like I told you, bro, it's like you guys sound like friends, but I also understand that when you got to lay down the law, you're going to lay down the law. Like,
100%.
You know what I mean? Black Hammer is going to come smashing down. You feel me? So that's the thing. I think a lot of it is more the way that we're brought up. we also talk about the whole, societal influence in our upbringing. Like, yes, I agree 100%, but then communication. And from what I heard on this podcast, but you guys have great communication.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. That's an important thing, man. You got to just talk to your kids. Talk to your fucking kids.
Oh yeah. For those of you that don't like those hard conversations, man, you got to have those hard conversations. And I'm telling you, from me, I come from a broken family. My parents are divorced, but I had those hard conversations with both my mother and my father. Even when I wasn't ready for the conversations, they were needed. It was necessary to have them. So you gotta talk to your kids. If y'all are out here listening to us, y'all got to talk to your kids.
Absolutely, 100%. So that's cool, man. It's just refreshing to know that the younger generations, they're different, but they're not much different than probably what my grandparents thought of us. You know what I mean? It's just we're just evolving a bit. You know what I mean? So with that said, I want to talk a little bit about kind of how I came to know about you. So, you probably hate this conversation. Just to kind of start out by saying that, but I remember the 40 Ounce Friday video.
There you go, bro. I haven't talked about that video in a very long time, but that video was on and popping for a long time, bro. It was the shit.
Yeah, man. It's how I became to know who you were, about you. This is, man, what, 2 or 3 years ago, maybe?
I think 3 years ago, bro.
3 years ago?
Yeah.
So I saw this video of this guy kind of like sea walking with 40s. In,
two King Cobras.
Exactly, 2 King Cobras in Sam Satakoy Liquor out here in Ventura County. And I was like, who is this guy? And it blew up. It was viral. I'm like, who is this guy? Because it was all over my feed. I'm like, oh, he's local.
Yeah.
And then I started watching other kind of like shorts and videos that you posted. And I was like, oh, he's a local dude. Like, because I noticed like you were like at River Park in one of your videos. And I'm like, this dude's local, man. Talk about that kind of situation a bit, kind of how that came about. And I know you probably hate it, but my listeners have no idea probably.
All good, bro.
But I bet you they probably have seen it. They just don't know it's you yet. You know what I mean?
Yeah, a lot of people actually don't know it's me until I show them and they're like, wait a minute, pause it, let me see it. So that video, I was recording with my buddy Sky, the owner of Sam Satakoy, which was Sam Satakoy, is now Happy Place.
Oh, they changed.
Yeah, Happy Place, craft beer, wine, and spirits.
Did they sell it or same person?
No, same person. He's owned the place, I think, over 15 years. But he just changed the name. And by the way, I love the reason why he changed the name and all that stuff. He has a story on his Instagram. But anyway, we were recording some videos at his place for. He also owns the Bloody Cure.
Yes.
With Mambo from Q95.9. And we were doing some videos for them and all that good stuff. And by we, I mean me and my partner at that time, Chimmy, or Omar Guerrero. We're making videos, and then Chimmy had left. He had to go do some things, and I was at his store, and I was like, "Hey, bro, just record me doing this real quick." And he's like, "What?" And I'm like, "Just pull out your phone and record me real quick." He's like, "Well, there's no music." Like, I'm like, "Bro, just fucking record me, dog. Just record me. I promise you, we're gonna go viral with this one." And he's like, "Okay, all right." And then I pull out 2 King Cobras from the bottom, 40s, of course, 40s. And this was on a Thursday. And I'm like, all right, I'm going to post this tomorrow. And he's like, what are you going to do? I'm like, bro, just wait and see. And then I throw the music, Doo-Wah Diddy, which, by the way, Zap Band hit me up. And they were like, yo, the video is super cool. And, we like it. Continue posting it. We won't report any of that bullshit.
Did they follow you?
They followed me back, yeah.
That's awesome.
I don't know if they're currently doing that still, but they were at that time following me back.
Computer love.
Yeah, computer love. Yeah, I love that song. So they were telling me, I posted the video and I didn't realize that I was going viral until like a day later. And that's because my homies started telling me like, yo, your video's everywhere. And I'm like, shut up, dude. Shut up. No, it's not. And they're like, yeah, you're like at like 4,000 views. And I'm like, really? And because I've never had my Instagram notifications on, bro. Because I don't like my phone blowing up all day long over Instagram. You feel me? So, my buddy started telling me, and I'm like, okay, I'll check during my lunch. Cause at this time, I think I was in a meeting, I was doing something, and I was like, all right, I'll check during my lunch. And then I check and it was already at 8,000. I'm like, what the heck? And 3 years ago, 8,000 views on an Instagram video was a lot. Now 8,000 views is like, okay, whatever. But back then it was like, what the heck? And I think I was only at maybe like 3,000, 4,000 followers or something like that. And I was like, what the heck? 8,000 views? That's 2 times the followers.
Did you get anxiety, bro? You're like, oh, shit.
I was like, fuck, is this like, am I famous now? So I thought it was cool. And then somebody reposted it on Facebook. It was, Hood. No, I forgot what page, but it was a big meme page. Reposted it on Facebook, and it went crazy viral there. Over 100 million views in like 3 days.
100 million views.
Insane, bro. Yeah.
Of you see walking.
Me see walking to Do What Diddy by Zapp and Roger.
Gangster slippers and Zapp and Roger and 2 King Cobras.
Yep, and 2 King Cobras, bro. I was rocking my Pro Club, the heavyweight Pro Club. I was rocking my Pro Club shorts. You know what I mean? The ones that you used to buy back over at the T-shirt warehouse. You can't even find them anymore, bro. They shut down,
bro.
They shut it down. T-shirt warehouse. I was sad, bro.
I ordered them online, bro. They don't even fit anymore.
Nope, it ain't the same, bro.
It's not the same shit.
It ain't the same, bro. I still have my pair, so I'm good. I'm solid.
I need my Pro Clubs back.
Yeah,
Pro Club boxers.
Yeah.
My big socks. You know what I mean? I'm over this shit. Sorry to cut you off.
Nah, no matter where we get in life, we're still gonna have a pair of those in the closet, bro. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's how that happened, bro. And it was during a time where I was like creating content on social media, and I was just doing it for fun, bro. I was just doing it to make, you know, people smile, spread positivity. I wanted to spread positivity and laughter through social media, and that was kind of my thing. And then I started getting like, you know, a bunch of people hitting me up to like collaborations and companies hitting me up and all that good stuff. And even King Cobra started liking all my shit.
Did they really?
Yeah, they started liking all my shit.
Dope.
Yeah.
My goal in life now is to have King Cobra like my shit at least once. Everybody cool. Tag King Cobra seriously in this
super
podcast.
Cool. I think they actually reposted the video too.
Really?
Yeah, they tagged me on there too. Like a bunch of different pages were reposting it, and then also So Mexican, which is one of the bigger Latino pages on Instagram, started reposting all my work. But yeah, that's kind of how that video came about, bro. I did it with no music, and I would just see walking, playing the song in my head, and I was like, oh, I think this would be super funny. So that's kind of how it came about, bro.
It took off.
Yeah.
And 100 million views. That's crazy.
Yeah. On my Instagram, it's only at like 40 something, but Facebook is really where it took off.
Really took off. That's crazy, man. I didn't know that. So, but I remember just seeing that on Instagram going, holy shit, who's this guy? It's fucking funny. And he's local and that kind of thing.
Yeah, that's actually one of the characters. Because after that, bro, I had a show at Levity Live because of that.
I didn't know that, man.
I didn't do any stand-up comedy because I'm not a comedian, but I did. I hosted the event with my boy Chimmy.
Oh, cool.
And so that character's name is Piper the Cholo.
The Cholo, is that his name? I didn't know he had a character.
Yeah, he has a character. It's a character. It's Piper. That's my alter ego. Yeah. So that's the homie Piper.
Orale. I didn't know that. So Levity Live, man, that place was cool. You actually did a show there.
Yeah, we sold out, bro. There was like 70 people that couldn't get in. Yeah, the first night. Yeah, it was insane, bro. Super blessed and it was super grateful. You know, we were super grateful that the city was backing us up, and yeah, we did that show, and then we did a couple other ones over at the Ventura Beach Club or Ventura
Comedy Club.
Yeah, we did a couple shows there. The first one that we ever did sold out, and then the other couple were, I think they were around a holiday, so it wasn't as busy, but we definitely filled the house, and it was fun, man. It was a fun experience. You know, I had never hosted shit,
right?
So it was cool. It was new to me, and it was fun.
Did you show up in the Piper costume and everything?
Fuck yeah, bro. That's what they wanted. Everybody wanted to see Piper, bro. He was a novelty.
That's fucking awesome, dude. So, like, that's got to be kind of humbling, like a very humbling experience, because I just have this tiny following, right? Like, but my followers are like, they engage quite a bit, and I'm extremely humble just to the things I get in my inbox. By the way, I'm gonna correct this for everybody who's listening. I keep saying in my DMs. That sounds so bad. Yeah. But people who message me is I'm going to refer to from now on. Because I've been saying, oh, they've been in my DMs. It sounds so stupid, dude. People who've been messaging me, I'm extremely humbled by the people messaging me with like, oh, this podcast is like been super helpful for me. I've been going through this thing or whatever else, and just to have a laugh or someone to listen to, like it's been like almost like therapy, which is weird. And that's got to be like, that's just not that many people, you know what I mean, compared to what you dealt with. That has to be super humbling. Like,
yeah, it was a really humbling experience, bro. Especially when and you know, I'll get really, how do you say, kind of personal here, man. Some of the messages that I would receive, because it wasn't just like a one-hit wonder type of thing. It was like, I continued creating content. Right now, like I told you, I've been kind of dormant for the last like year and a half, but because I focus so much on my business, which I'm sure we'll talk about later. But during that time, I was creating, I think it was like maybe 3 videos a week. I was working on 3 videos a week. I was also vlogging on YouTube. So some of the messages that I would get, bro, were super humbling, man. And it was kind of like it no longer was something that I was doing for myself. It was now something that I was doing for the following and for my supporters, bro. And that was, I realized that when I got a message, bro, on this, like I was shook. I'm fucking gonna get goosebumps just talking about this, but I got a message from someone. I remember I was up, like it was like 2 a.m. I was up working on videos, bro. And it's weird that I get it at around this time. And I remember this really, really well. I can tell you what the fuck I was wearing. That's how impactful that moment was for me.
Was it a black Dunga?
Yeah.
Sorry,
this girl,
no. Shit, Rico.
All good, bro. All good. This girl, she messages me. It's this younger girl, man. She's like maybe like a 16, 17-year-old. And she messages me, bro. And she tells me, I've been thinking about suicide.
Oh, I'm sorry, dude. I got really awkward. My bad.
No. It's all good, bro. It's all good. Yeah. She's telling me, like, I've been thinking about suicide, but you're one of the pages that I go to every single time that I think about that. Oh, because it makes me smile and it makes me happy. And for those 15, 20, 30 seconds, I laugh. And that's when I realized, Javi, that it was no longer about just me.
Yeah.
And she was just the first of many, because I didn't know at this time. I was so new to, bro, this video blew up like 6 months into me starting on social media.
Right.
So I was so new to social media and to doing things on there that I didn't know that there was a feature where people could send, like, request to send a message. And I realized that because I saw something on the right. I guess it was a change on Instagram during the time, and I saw something, and then I realized I had hundreds of messages like that, bro.
Right. Oh,
not all saying suicide, but hundreds of messages from people, like, sending heartfelt things, bro.
Oh, man.
Like, people would send me paragraphs, bro.
Yeah.
And I'd read through them, and I was like, holy shit. Like, I was so, like, I didn't even realize that this was happening, you know?
Right.
And it just made me feel so good, and it gave me more. It's 2 a.m., bro. I was tired. I realized that message came in, and for some freaking reason, bro, I click on that message. I read it. I had tears in my eyes, bro, because I was like, what the fuck, dude? Like, we're really, like, we don't realize, and I think also you, bro, like, I think both of us and a lot of us that are in the social media game, bro, we don't realize how much of an impact we have in these people's lives, bro. Like, some people legit look forward to things, you know, to us posting. I mean, now that I've been so quiet, I get messages, people like legit check in on me, like, yo, Rico, are you okay? Yeah. Like, is everything fine? Do you need something? And I'm like, yeah, everything's good. And they're like, you haven't posted. Like, I used to do this thing every single morning back then. I would do a solid like 1 minute motivational talk every single fucking morning on my stories. Right. Every morning I'd wake up and like everybody know, it was always started like, you already know what the fuck it is. It's your boy Rico. We're out here starting the morning, whatever, you know, getting it going. And I would do it while I was getting ready for work, putting my suit on, my tie, whatever. And I was just talking to the people, and it was just something that it just felt right. You know what I mean? And it was, like I said, but it was no longer just for me. It was for whoever was out here listening to me, whoever was supporting me, and whoever, I guess you can say, needed that, you know, like that little boost, like, okay, let's go out and get it today. So it turned into something bigger, bro. And it's definitely humbling, bro. And I do my best to stay in contact with those who reach out to me as well. I mean, sometimes I'm sure you can co-sign this, bro. Sometimes it gets overwhelming and there's just a lot of messages come in and you can't keep up. But I do my best to continuously at least look at the message and like it, at least say thank you or whatever it is that I can do. But yeah, bro, that's kind of that was kind of my experience with that.
Dude, seriously, like, you just brought something up that kind of hit home, because like I've had and I keep these stories close to me, and I don't I post a lot of people who go into, or who message me rather, with their stories. I post them and I block out their face and stuff, just so that other people know, like, there's some real people out there who are either experiencing some shit or they're appreciating this or whatever it is. And then what happens is when I do that, I'll get like a lot of other people that come in and message me and are like, oh, this is my situation. And I have had 5 total people who told me, like, I want to commit suicide today. And dude, I have like hardly any followers. And to me, I was like, that really kind of floored me. I was like, holy shit, man. And each one of those people I reached out to personally, I was like, hey, like, I'm here for you if you need to talk, whatever. Like, here's a number. But I'm also like, it's not just a number. I want you to know that I'm also a human here behind this thing. Like, I'm just here for jokes. Like, this entire thing that I started was jokes. Like, before my Instagram even had any followers whatsoever on it, it was really about just me and my son and my family and my dog. Yeah, and like my house buying
bro, your
adventure.
dog sleeps better than I do. What the heck? I saw him on the bed the other day, bro. I was like, that fool looks comfy.
Well, that fool's up in the bed snoring right now. I'm farting, dude.
There you go.
He's spoiled as hell. But like, it was really, really just a kind of a funny thing. And then I started cracking jokes and posting kind of like memes and stuff. And I realized when I was posting things on my story, it would get like thousands of like views. And I was like, oh, but no one's liking shit when I post it on Instagram. So I was like, well, let me get better with the content. And so I started playing with content a little bit or whatever. And people started liking things or whatever. But at the end, what I'm getting at is that the sort of feedback from people. I got one today, man, that I'll try to read off here in a minute if I can find it. But a woman messaged me basically and had said, I'm paraphrasing here, but, you know, my husband died. I'm middle-aged. I'm having a lot of problems, but I want to send you a gift. What's your address? And I said, you know, she basically said, like, you have been, well, paraphrasing again, you have brought like kind of light to my days. You made me laugh, all these things and whatever else. And I'm like, well, what do I say to that? Like, I don't want to get my address out to people just because to give it out. Like,
that P.O. box, bro.
Yeah, I could get a P.O. box. But it was super humbling because I know her and I know her story. She's told me her story. And I was like, you don't have to give me anything, man. I'm here for the people. Like, I'm here just to make people laugh. Like, at the end of the day, I've been a joker my entire life. I've been a clown, a fucking payaso my entire life. Like, my mom will tell you, like, I would not shut up in class. Like, I was that kid, you know what I mean? Like, I was always in trouble, man. I literally have been kicked out of I don't know how many classes.
Bro, you sound like an older version of me.
Pinche payaso, dude. And so, long story short is like, when she sent me that today, because I've been trying to ground myself, home myself a lot lately. I was like, damn, even more humbling. Like, that was really cool. And I just messaged her. I said, look, I don't need anything. You know, I just want you to listen and continue to be that person that's around me. And I'll respond to stuff. But like you said, and this is one thing I hope people understand, like, I do my absolute best to get back to everybody, but it's hard, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, it gets tough, bro. and it gets, like I said, it gets overwhelming, bro, because here's the thing, like, I appreciate, you know, people reaching out and telling me kind of their situation and all that good stuff. But at the same time, bro, it's humbling, but it's also difficult to be put in that situation often. And the reason why I say that, bro, is because we also have to take care of our own kind of psyche, our own kind of mind. And I've stepped away from social media at times because I can't be on social media. Like, I just, too much is going on there that I have to step out. I have to check out for a couple months. I've done it. One time I did it for 3 months. I was not active on social media because I need to check out.
How did you feel though?
I felt good.
Probably amazing, right?
Fuck yeah, bro. And it felt great. And yes, I miss the people and I miss my friends, and it's not my friends, but seeing the people that I know on there and all that good stuff. But at the same time, it's like, we also have to remember that we got to check in on ourselves. The same way with it, that we take the time to check in on people on there, we have to check in on ourselves. Right. Make sure that we're okay emotionally and all that good stuff.
Right.
So, you know, I've done it myself.
That's good, man. Yeah, I feel like I offer a lot of myself. And I think, too, like, a lot of people are like, oh, these big green pages, they don't interact with us, but you do. And I'm like, but that's also why I don't have that many followers in them. But I have, like, a good following of people who really are into my stuff. Like people, like, for instance, that gift option or, you know, offer or whatever, that wasn't the first. You know, there's been a lot of gifts. Like, I was like, I don't need gifts. I just want to be a person who makes you laugh. And that's kind of what I'm in for. I'm not in for it to anything other than to make people feel good about themselves. You know, that's kind of like, I'm not getting paid to do this. This is just for fun. You know what I mean? This is just to, I've always been that person. Like I said, I was a class clown, right? So people, you know, someone bent over, I was like, that was me. You know what I mean? Make the whole class laugh, and everyone laughed, and it was cool, and everyone felt good. That's always been my kind of style, you know? So, and I think like I think a lot of these really big pages don't really connect to people like that. They just have a big following, you know, but that's cool, man. So when it comes to social media, like the engagement, when it comes to like followers engaging you and kind of talking to you, that kind of stuff, what do you think like the most important thing to kind of reach out to people so that they will engage back and kind of interact with you and that kind of thing? Like,
well, I think when it comes to that, bro, is I think we need to remember when we're on social media is like, you got to be yourself, bro. And what I mean by this is that you don't have to try that hard. Like, Javi, I'm sure you don't try that hard on social media, bro. Legit, I see the shit you post, bro. Like, you post haha funny shit, but you post some shit that's real on there. Like, I've seen some of the stuff. It's like you make them laugh, but you also make them think. And the thing is that's just your mindset. That's who you are. So I think that the way that I've gotten people to engage with me and to talk to me, or the way that I engage with, is just I share what I like. You feel me? Like, a lot of my content was I was stuck in it during this time. And this is the first time that I'm saying it publicly, bro. So if you're hearing this, you're the first people to
Are
listen
you guys
to it.
ready? Dun-dun-dun-dun.
Yeah, there we go. So during a time I was doing stuff where it was like, for example, like jealous girlfriend or whatever it was. And I was talking from previous experience, homie. Like I was talking from shit that I went through in relationships. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I was posting stuff that was relevant to me, but I know I wasn't the only motherfucker out there that was like, oh, fuck that, dude. Yeah, I feel that. Like, for example, I did one with my friend Gachi, where it's like how girls take forever to take a fucking picture. Bro, for fucking ever. Ladies, if you're listening to this, honey, you look beautiful. You look great. You don't need 30,000 pictures. Like, you're good. You don't need that Facetune. You don't need that bullshit.
And they still put a filter on it anyhow.
Yeah, you still put who you trying to fool, honey? You know what I mean? Who you trying to fool? I see you in person, baby. You don't need a fucking a filter. You know, like I tell my girl all the time, like, my love, I see you in person. I see you without makeup. You don't need to do all that extra shit. Yep. I should be the only man you're trying to impress. You know what I mean? Which, by the way, she's super cool. She's not like that. I got lucky, bro.
Can you say that again, though?
Yeah.
Just tell the girls again. Yeah. They don't have to do all that extra shit.
You don't got to do all that extra shit. Listen.
Yeah.
Don't.
It's a big part of my fucking profile, man.
And that's what I like, bro. A lot of these women, bro, they be doing the most for themselves and for other women, bro. Because it ain't for men, bro. It ain't for men. It ain't for us, bro. No. It is not for us. You know what I mean? So, and luckily, bro, I'm blessed with a woman that she don't be caring about all that bullshit. She knows she's hot and that's it.
Ooh, she's confident. Found a real one.
Oh, hell yeah, bro. My girl's a fucking real one.
Yep. I need to find me a real one like that.
Yeah, I'm gonna fucking. We already fought, bro. I'm gonna have to raffle you.
Does she have a primo?
She has a few, but I'm gonna have to raffle you, bro. I'm gonna do a raffle on my Instagram for you, dog. Yeah, find you a real ass one.
Get a gordito, a good one.
Yeah, I got you, bro. But yeah, when it comes to content, bro, I think that's really the best way to engage. Just sharing shit that's relevant to you, bro. Because if you're trying to put up a front, trying to be this fake personality on social media, it's like, you're going to end up getting caught up. You know what I mean? You're going to end up getting like, oh shit, it catches up to you, bro. Like you got to be yourself on there. Like me, I post shit about my business. I'm in mortgage lending. I'll post badass houses that I get to go see, or I'll post a fucking fucked up meme, or I'll post fucking cat pictures. You know what I mean? I own 2 cats. I have 2 cats. I have a Bengal and I have a fucking, excuse me. And I also have a Siamese cat. So I'll post those motherfuckers. You know what I mean? They're crazy cats. They're dope as hell. They're weird as fuck. Post cat memes. I'll post real shit. I'll post motivational stuff and anything that's relevant to me, bro. Because I think we forget that we have to attract the right people in our circle. Yes. The reason why I feel that your following is so strong, and I've seen the reviews on this on the podcast, but I've seen the people reposting, and it's because you have like-minded individuals in your group there. Right. You feel me? People that agree with what you post, or that at least think in a similar manner than, you know, how you think.
Right. Yeah. And even if they don't agree, a lot of people challenge me because I get people in my messages all day. Or message
there you go. I saw what you did there.
I'm just trying to not say that in my DMs. That sounds so stupid. I'm sorry if I've said that before. I've said it many times. But people that message me all day who disagree too. You know what I mean? And some of them I'll entertain, and some of them I'm like, nah, I don't got time for that shit. You know what I mean? It's just somebody looking for drama and to create a conversation, and that's cool, man. I'll conversate with people who are like-minded. And you're right, though, man. It is about kind of reaching out to people who kind of feel your thing, you know what I mean? And I don't think I have a thing. I think I'm kind of I think people who try to understand me will never understand me. Like you said, I post a lot of pendejadas and memes and just dumb shit all day, but then I'll sprinkle like some realness in there. And someone actually, you know, messaged me today who was like, dude, I appreciate you posting this thing about this vaccine. Like, people like you post a lot of funny shit, but then you post some real shit. I'm like, yeah, if I could describe like what I do, I post a lot of dumb memes and pendejadas and vulgar shit, and I sprinkle with some real shit.
You're kind of like the hood pastor, bro. That's what you are. You're kind of like the hood pastor.
Yeah, fully, dog. Yeah, but that's kind of what I do, and it's to me, it's kind of just like, I know that people out there are kind of want to laugh and kind of have a good time, but I also kind of want to let them know, hey, there's this thing over here we should pay attention to that's kind of important. Yep. And that's kind of the way I do it. You know what I mean? And it's, by the way, it's not designed by any means. It's just who I am. That's who I am. Like, if you hang out with me and we're partying and we're having drinks, like you and I were talking, you know, having a beer together, bullshitting, like, that's just who I am. Like, we're going to talk about some silly shit, some funny shit, and we're gonna talk about some real shit.
Some real shit, yeah. No, and I appreciate that, bro. I feel like people try to look cool on social media too much. You don't have to look cool, man.
Right.
Like there's no point. Just be yourself.
Yeah, absolutely. So I've been listening to your podcast, and I went back to like a really old one that was all about you, and I was like,
here we go.
I want to hear about this guy. Let me learn about the real Rico J, the real Johnnie Mercado. You know what I mean?
Sir.
And I wanted to really kind of, because I already knew that you're a driven person and you're into kind of being passionate, driven, positive, kind of making things happen, which to me is everything. Because a lot of people, to give you an example, a lot of people I meet today are like, man, you've been doing this IT thing at a high level. Like, how'd you get into that? Who hooked you up? And I'm like, fucking nobody hooked me up, man. When I go back home and someone asks me that, it's like the most disrespectful thing to me, because I'm like, fucking nobody hooked me up. I've been busting my ass for 20 years doing this thing, and that's why I'm at where I'm at. So when I look at you, I kind of see that same drive, and I'm like, where does that drive come from? And I always kind of wondered where it came from. And then when I listened to the episode, I can't remember the number, but you talked about your parents coming from Mexico City, and then migrating here. And to me, I was like, and you mentioned like they didn't come here for no reason. They came here so that me and I believe your sister can excel in society. And they also had a really good life back there, right? So I'll talk a little bit about kind of what drives you and kind of their experience from, or rather them coming from there to here, and your experience as a young man, kind of realizing like, oh, this is why I need to do something good here. Like, I'm here for a reason, kind of.
Yeah. So I'm glad you asked that, bro. And I think that's something that we don't talk about enough. Not just me, but in general. The way that I see it, bro, is look, man. My parents, my mother was a business owner in Mexico City. My father was working his way up. He was a public accountant, working his way up, not at the position where he wanted to be, but he was working for it. They're both very driven people, and they gave that up. My mother was the one that made that choice. When she found out that she was pregnant with my sister, she says, you know what? I think that my children are going to have a better opportunity in the U.S. So they did what they had to do, and they made it out here. They got here and they started working. And here's the way that I see it, man. My parents didn't sacrifice what they had back there in order for me to live a mediocre life. Okay. Right. My parents didn't sacrifice what they had there. I'm a first generation American, bro, and I'm going to make sure that I do my best job to make sure that I put the next generation in a better position. Okay. We're here to excel, bro. And the thing is that the way that I see life, and it's beyond the fact that I'm inspired by my struggles, that I'm inspired by my mother, by my father giving that up and, giving me a better opportunity. But the way that I see it, bro, is that I have one opportunity at life, just one. Okay. One opportunity, bro. A lot of us play this fucking game as if we had two chances, bro. A lot of us play this whole life game as if we had two chances, bro.
Say it again.
I'm going to say it one last time for y'all that are listening. Quit doing life like if you had two chances. No, you get one fucking chance. So do it right. Okay. I've surrounded myself, bro, by people that want more out of life. And here's the thing, bro. I'm not going to settle for enough. I'm not going to settle for, oh, this is how much you're going to make and that's it. Like, okay, cool. That's probably in your head. That's cute. Go keep that. But I want more.
Right.
And I made it to this level. Okay, what's next? A lot of people set a goal like, this is where I want to make it and that's it. That's not the case with me, bro.
Right.
I want to do life as best as I can, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I want I don't want to worry about, and it's beyond the money thing, bro. It's not even about the money. I just want to be able to have the time to do the things that I want to do. You feel me?
Right.
If I want something, I want to be able to say, let's go get it. Okay. Right. If I need something, I want to be able to say, no hay pedo, ahí tenemos. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I've got to work hard for it. And the thing is that I've got my hands full, bro. For anybody that understands the real estate business, for anybody that understands the mortgage business, I'm a mortgage lender full time.
Yep.
And I work with individuals that, I mean, we're pumping out numbers, especially during this time. Rates are at an all-time low. It's a crazy time, bro. I told you.
I refinanced my rental, bro.
There you go, bro.
Yeah. And made money and remodeled this house on that money.
There you go, bro. So it's a good time. Shoot, I drove to Moore Park and I drove back right before the show. I was 15 minutes late, bro, because I was out here trying to get my money right.
This fool's busy. That's why.
I'm busy, bro. and you know what, man? I'm very about as well. Look, if your plate is full, it's okay. Keep putting more on your plate. Eventually, you're gonna find a bigger plate.
Right.
Keep putting more on your plate. Keep putting more on your plate. Just, I'm passionate about life, bro. And I want the best out of life that I can get. Right. Again, I have one chance to do this. So I'm not going to play like I have two chances. I'm going to do the best I can to live the best I can.
I fucking love
and that's it, bro. That's it. That's really where my motivation is at, bro. And also saying, like, you know, going back to my parents, seeing how hard my mom busts her ass. You know what I mean? Seeing how hard my dad busts his ass. My mom, how hard they had it when, you know, when I was growing up, and they made it to a really good position at one point. You feel me? Right before the first, or not the first, but right before the crash of 2008, bro, my dad, the amount of money that my father was making, we owned a body shop, but the amount of money that he was making was fucking ridiculous, bro. Ridiculous, bro. Insane. When I saw that and I realized that he was making that kind of money, I was like, hold up. And I asked him once, I was like, Dad, how much money do you make in a month? And he gives me the number, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like, so you're talking about you're making, like, you don't even need to be a doctor, Dad. Like, you feel me? Like,
you done made it.
Yeah. And he's like, well, we didn't come here to half step. We came here to make it happen.
Right.
We didn't come here to see, what happens. No, we came here to make it happen.
Right.
Unfortunately, 2008 happened, and a lot of things went down south. But anyway, during that time, during that good rush, I was like, fuck, man, anything and everything in life is possible. And I think another thing that really motivated me was that my parents, since I was a child, bro, since I can remember, my dad would always tell me, you can have anything you want in life.
Right.
All you got to do is work hard. And he says, no piece of paper is going to tell you that you can't do it. And the reason why he said that is because he was undocumented.
Right.
And he was a business owner making more than people. So, no, luckily we never had to do anything like that, bro.
But I'm just saying, bro. No. I'm just saying, like, Mexicano shit. Like, you know what I mean? It's fucking dope. You know what I mean? Like,
we make it happen, bro. We figure it out. And that's one thing that I admire, man. I'm motivated by my parents also, but I don't think I have bigger influences in my life than my mother and my father, because they're extremely resilient people, bro. Bro, they came here from to a country where they didn't know the language. They didn't speak the language. They didn't understand shit, bro. You feel me? They came from a place where they were comfortable to a place where they didn't know anybody. The culture was different. They came from a big city. So realistically, bro, Oxnard, bro, it was a fucking rancho back then.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I still call it my ranchito, bro, but let's be real. Oxnard is not a ranchito anymore, but it's a city now. But back then, dude, in the early 80s, like, this place was... It was a fucking ranch. It was small. It was, so imagine coming from a big city, the biggest city in Mexico, and then coming to, you're going to go nuts.
Yeah.
So seeing, you know, that they did all that and they were able to make it was super inspiring, bro. And I was like, I owe it to myself and I owe it to them to be successful. Whatever the fuck I choose to do. If I want to flip burgers, I'm going to be the best fucking burger flipper in the entire world.
Love it.
If I'm going to clean restrooms, guess what? I'm going to be the best fucking restroom cleaner in the entire world. I'm going to do everything I can to the best of my ability.
Yep.
And I'm not going to give up.
Yep.
Y eso de que estoy cansado, a la verga.
Yeah.
I don't believe in that I'm tired. Nah, fuck all that bullshit.
Say it again.
I don't believe in that I'm tired of this and that. Fuck no, bro. My hunger is bigger than my fucking than me being tired. Nah, there's none of that. And that's my biggest motivating factor, bro. It's like I want more out of life, Javi.
Yeah, and I hear you.
And man. I think that's where you and I kind of see eye to eye, bro. We don't see obstacles, bro. We see challenges.
We see challenges.
Yeah, we don't see barriers, bro. We see, okay, that's a problem. Guess what? I'm gonna find a fucking solution. I think there's 2 types of people in this world, Javi. There's the problem solvers and there's naggers, bro. There's the people that just kind of say like, oh fuck, I lost my job, or oh shit, I don't have enough, or oh fuck, I can't pay my rent, or oh shit, I can't do this. And then there's the people like, okay, I don't have enough for this now, but I need to go figure it out.
Yep.
If I have to go wash cars, I'm going to go wash cars. If I have to go get a part-time, I'm going to go get a part-time. But I'm going to figure this out. There's people that want handouts, and there's people that want to go and work for earn their keep, bro. And I think that's really what, like I said, bro, goes back to that's what motivates me, bro. Right. I want more out of life, man.
I feel you, man.
And that's the thing.
That's by the way, first of all, that's first and foremost, that's beautiful, man. I'm glad your parents came here. I'm glad you and your sister are here and you guys are doing big things. I'm just absolutely stoked about that. And I could 100% relate, man. I come from absolutely nothing. My parents, my grandparents were very humble people. I had nothing. When my grandma's packing lemons, my mom was the first one to get through college. She got her first college degree here, you know what I mean? She was firstborn Mexican on her dad's side. My dad said I'm the firstborn Mexican here in this first generation, rather, here. And my stepdad, who really raised me, I mean, he comes from nothing, right? He comes from Mexico. He literally had to cross the border multiple times to get here. Has a very successful business. And it took him, he brought his kids here to raise his kids here to get a better life. And ended up raising me as well. And seeing his struggles and stuff and the amount of work that him and my mom do to have a business is insane.
Yeah.
It's absolutely insane. People are like, oh, well, why do they have nice things? Because they bust their fucking ass from the minute they wake up until they go to bed. And now they're in their 60s. And guess what? They're still busting their fucking ass from the minute they wake up until they go to bed. And I really absolutely despise people who ask me questions like, who hooked you up?
Oh yeah, bro. There's none of that bullshit, man. You gotta earn your keep in this life, bro. You gotta, if you really want something out of it, man, you gotta fucking work for it. There's no handouts, man. And
100%.
I respect the person that comes from nothing more than a person that gets a handout, bro. I can respect that so much, bro, because they understand the fucking struggle. I'm gonna tell you this, Javi, and I don't know if I've shared this on any other podcasts. I've been on a few different ones, but there was a point in my career where I lost everything, Javi, where I was broke. I didn't have 2 nickels to rub together, bro. There was times in I'm only 26, bro. I've been in this business for 9 years, but I started I'm sorry, 8 years. I started at 18. There was times where I had to choose either I put money for gas to go see a client to probably get a deal. Maybe, I don't know if I'm going to get this deal, or I eat.
Yeah. Hey,
I'm going to go see if I can get this deal. And if I can get this deal, well, fuck it. Ya se hizo la machaca. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sometimes I wouldn't eat at all out. I would wait till I got home and sell whatever the fuck we had at home, bro. But people aren't willing to take, sacrifice today for a better tomorrow, bro. And that's the thing. But there's no such thing as a fucking handout. There's no such thing as a fucking hookup. No. You want something good in life with a strong foundation where you're actually going to do things. You got to work your fucking ass off for it.
Right. And I think people who could actually offer help to those who they know are helping themselves.
Bro, what did I fucking tell you earlier?
Amen.
What did I tell you earlier?
Let's talk about it.
I will not help anybody that asks me for a handout. Right. But if I see you struggling and I see you working and I see you wanting it, if I see that fire in your eyes, I'm going to help you. Right. I don't give a shit. I'll stop doing what I'm doing in order to help you get to that level. And that's the way I see life, man. Like, I don't fuck with lazy people. Right. I don't fuck with people that want everything handed to them. Fuck all that bullshit, bro. Yeah. Nah, a la verga con todo eso, bro. Like, I'm about helping people that want to help themselves.
100%.
You know what I mean? I'm sure you see it that same way too, bro. I know that you're a person that likes to help other people, bro. The conversation that we had, the stuff that I seen you doing, I'm sure you enjoy more helping those that, that are working for something, that want something in life.
Yep. Absolutely, man. Giving back to me is everything, man. If I can, I've done a lot in this year alone. I've given back more this year than I've ever had in my entire life. And it was during a time that was tough. You know what I mean? And we talked about this earlier. Like, I just don't quite relate to people talking about how bad it is today. I get it. I understand that it sucks that we're home and all these things. And I get that these times are tough. And but I really feel like if you really wanted to make a positive out of a negative, this is the fucking year to do it.
Oh, hell yeah, bro. I saw so many people on social media. I see it all the time. So many people complaining about, again, bro, going back to the que no tengo pa esto, that there's no money for this, no money for that. I can't get a job. I'm not working. That fuck the government, fuck this, fuck that. I'm like, yo, look, hold on. Listen, you need to stop relying on government aid. You need to stop relying on other people's aid. You need to start relying on yourself and start betting all your fucking chips on yourself, okay? There's so many industries that you can work from home. So even before the fucking pandemic, so many things that you can go out there and do for yourself that are going to put you on. For example, e-commerce.
Oh, yeah.
E-commerce was a huge thing for my buddy. I have a friend that's in the business, and e-commerce was huge for him this
Rigo,
year.
Right?
Rigo. That's a good friend of mine, man.
What's up, Rigo? I hope to meet you soon, man.
Yeah, he's the brain, bro. He's the brain.
We'll bring him on here next time.
Oh, yeah, bro. Definitely. We'll have to bring him on here. He's an amazing dude. Super analytical. You'll see us, bro. I'm kind of the charismatic character here. He's always the analytical.
He's the business guy.
Oh, yeah. He's the, and you'll notice it immediately. Super smart dude. Love the guy.
That's good.
But anyway, this year's been one of his biggest years too, he says, and the thing is that you can either find an excuse or you can find a solution. Like that's the thing. You find an excuse or you find a solution. Eso de Nah, don't be sitting around complaining. Like, fuck that. I laugh at people that do that shit. It's like, look, just go out there and fucking get it.
Yeah.
Stop saying that there's no fucking. Nah, man. Stop waiting for somebody else to come fucking solve your problems. Like, nah, go out there and fucking get it. Figure it out.
Yeah. The entire world shifted when this happened, right? So if you look at like how moldable or amendable we as humans are, the entire world shifted. Everyone all of a sudden had like people delivering food, for instance, or like delivering groceries, or like you can't go here X, Y, or Z, but then someone else spawned up a business. Like, oh, I got an Etsy business that's making face masks for people, or whatever it is. Like, we mold and mend as humans very easily to the challenges that are presented, or I should say, the humans that can accept those changes and know how to deal with them can mend and mold to them. You're absolutely right. I do commend people like you who are doing good in this economy. I know it's a tough thing. I do want to talk about one of the podcasts you did have. There was a podcast about investing. Gentleman's name was Mason Kirk, I believe.
Yeah, Mason Kirk. Mason. Right? Yeah, he's a good guy. So that podcast was awesome because he talked about turning like, I think it was $500 into like 30 or 40,000 or something. Yeah, bro, his story is insane, man. He was he lost his job. He was a trainer, like a trainer at a gym. Obviously, that industry kind of took a big shit, but he figured out an alternative, bro. He figured out an alternative, and he learned how to do something that he wasn't taught as a kid, and he bet all his chips. He had $500 to his name, bro. He bet all his chips on himself. He was able to turn out, I think it was into 10 grand or 20 grand.
I think it was like 30 or 40 in like 4 months.
I can't remember, bro.
That's a lot of money.
I have so many conversations with people, bro, that I can't remember that conversation, but I do remember that it was an insane amount of money. And here's the thing, bro, like the same way that we're willing to spend time fucking binge watching the Selena on Netflix, or binge watching
Bitty Bum Bum,
the same way that we're willing to binge watch TikTok videos, the same way that we're willing to binge watch fucking YouTube videos, we should be willing to binge on self-development, bro. We should be willing to learn something, bro.
Say it again.
If you see that you're not making it, fucking invest in yourself, man. Like, it's not that difficult. At the same time, it's going to take you an hour or two every fucking day to learn a new trade. You know what I mean? This guy learned how to trade stock options, bro. I'm actually learning now, but I'm taking a course with one of my buddies, and he's teaching me one-on-one and doing all that good stuff. That they're from I think it's Stock Strategies, Brandon Bruce.
Please pull me in, because we'll talk about that in the next.
No, of course. Well,
yeah.
Definitely, I'll put you in, bro. He's teaching me how to trade stock options, and that's something that as a Latino, bro, I was never fucking taught. I was taught to put my money under the mattress, and that's it, bro. Yep. Yes, I'm risking my money, but at the same time, I'm gonna go spend that same shit in a peda with my cousins or in a peda with my friends. Why can't I spend that on learning something new? You feel me?
$400 at Levity Live on a Saturday.
Oh, bro.
That's
a little bit of money, homie.
Months, you know what
I
mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
we
have that mindset.
Yeah, and the thing is that we're so willing to spend that on drinking, you know what I mean? But we're not willing to spend that on something that's going to potentially make us more money. Yeah. Why? Because it's the experience, and I want to get drunk with my friends. Dude, chill. Go and hide for 6 months. You're still going to be at the same table when you show up 6 months later. But guess what? Your wallet's going to be fatter, and you're going to be fine.
And that torta's still going to be sitting in the corner.
Yep, the torta's still going to be there waiting for the torta whisperer.
Exactly.
You're going to be fine. You feel me?
I'm still going to come get her, too.
He's good. He's going to say namaste.
So that's a really good point. And I think one of the things I want to talk about is what I would call like financial awareness amongst Latinos. And I think it's not there's a hard word to use for it, or to kind of describe what that means to me. What that means to me is I have a lot of friends who care about like, what's the next rims I'm gonna get, or what's the next expensive car I'm gonna get. But none of them really talk about, not none of them, a lot of them, a lot of us, and let me say that a lot of us don't communicate enough about what matters when it comes to being financially aware or financially educated. And I want to have an entire podcast just on that subject, because I think it's really important. Like, my parents are really smart because they made a lot of mistakes. So they pass that off to me, right? So like at the dinner table, we're not talking about football and whatever else. We're talking about, my parents are older now, right? But we're talking about like, oh, you can do X, Y, or Z in the mortgage lending market or buying homes or whatever. Like if you, for instance, like if you had a house today that you lived in and you wanted to buy another house that's bigger than that, like you can fold that money into that house, not paying any taxes whatsoever. And when you have a big purchase like that, a couple $100,000 is a lot of money not to pay taxes on.
Yep.
If it's your primary residence. So I guess what I'm saying is the game is kind of like a game to be played once you know it. But I think a lot of Latinos today just aren't in tune with that game. A lot are, but there's a lot that aren't. And those that aren't, I wish I can find some way to educate them.
I agree with you, bro. And I think that what it is that it's kind of been something that's been passed down from another generation. And I'll tell you this because money was always taboo with my grandparents. You didn't talk about money at the table. You didn't talk about money and it was just like, no, hijo, hay que ser humilde, nunca hables del dinero, que esto, que el otro, que si es que te está yendo bien, pues muy bien, pero eso solamente para ti. No hables eso con tu señora. Not even with your wife, bro.
Translation, don't talk about money at the table.
Oh, there you go.
Be humble.
Yeah, like don't be humble. Don't talk about money. Money's a subject that we don't talk about. And it's like, why is talking about money taboo?
Right.
Like, how come I can't like tell, like, let's say for example, and as weird as this might sound to you or to whoever's listening, like I talk about how much I make with my two best friends.
Right.
And they talk to me about how much they make.
But most people will tell you you're an asshole for talking about that.
Yeah. And it's like, well, no, I'm not an asshole. Like if there's a way for me to make more money, put me on game.
Right.
Help me out. And it's vice versa. Like I help them out. They help me out. Dude, we talk about, we're all like, for example, I filed my taxes 1099. I'm a contractor. So I 1099 all my stuff. So I talk to them about how much I make. They talk to me about how much they make. I give them like some advice that I pass on the advice that I was given by my tax preparer. They pass on their advice that they're given by their or CPA, whatever you want to call it. And we're like, oh shit, wait, you can write this off and you can write that off and we can write this off and you can do this, boom, boom, boom. And we put each other on game. You feel me? Like, but it's not, we don't see it as taboo. You feel? Yeah. But to the older generations, I feel like it was always like, no, don't talk about that. You know what I mean? Like with my mom, like I never was able to talk to my mom until recently about money. Then I started telling her how much I'm making and all this good stuff, but I don't see that as a bad thing. Right. You know what I mean? Obviously there's people that you don't want to talk about that with because we got some haters out there.
You gotta be careful. Those snakes are in the grass. When you cut that grass, the snakes come, they come
at all times, bro. That's why you gotta vet your close friends and whoever you consider close. But I think it should be normalized to talk about money in a family. You know what I mean? I have friends from different cultures that it's normal to talk about money. It's normal to help each other. Like, oh, you're going through a bad rut. Well, let me shoot you some dough. When you're good, shoot it back. Right. I've seen this a lot in like Asian families, bro. They help each other because I've been in the business and I see, bro, they help each other buy homes.
Yes, sir.
Bro, if Latinos would do that, you know how many houses we'd all own?
Latinos have a crab mentality, bro.
That's
what I call it.
We do. We definitely do.
If there's 50 crabs in a bucket and one's getting out of that, they go, Ira el güey, se cree muy, and they try to pull them down instead of helping them out. A bucket of Asian crabs is going to help that crab get out. You know what I mean? Yeah. So we have that mentality, and that's a sad mentality, and that's why talking to people like you is refreshing. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. To know that there are people out there, especially millennial young men out there who are talking about this thing, and people, man, please help each other out. Like,
put each other on game. Like, there's no problem. Like, here's the thing. Like, you making money is not going to affect me in any negative way. Right. And me making money is not going to affect you in any way. If anything, it might change the bottle that we're sipping today or the bottle that we're sipping tomorrow, but it doesn't change how I act with you. Right. It doesn't, you making more money has zero effect on my personal life, and me making more money has zero effect in your personal life. So I think that needs to be kind of more, we need to be a little more accepting of that. You know what I mean? A little more accepting of helping each other. Because you're right, bro, that we have that crab mentality, and it sucks, dude, because you see other cultures that don't have that crab mentality. Another one that I truly admire, bro, is the, for example, there's a lot of like, it's a stereotype, right? Like 7-Elevens. Who owns 7-Elevens?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, well, let's be real though. I see a lot of my Indian homies that own 7-Elevens or liquor stores.
Feather.
Huh?
Dot.
There you go. Yeah. Dot. So I see a lot of my homies that, and with all due respect, you know, that they're doing it right, bro.
Right.
Like, there's this guy that works at the the one that's over on El Dorado in Lemonwood. There's this dude that's been working there for like the last 4 or 5 years, and I know this guy because I always go to that one. And I was like, yo, so why are you working here, bro? You're always here. He's like, oh, because you have to work for this 7-Eleven for so long, or you have to know the systems for so long before you can buy your own. And I was like, oh, you're planning on buying your own? He's like, yeah, my uncle owns this store, and he's helping me out.
So his uncle's showing him what's up.
His uncle's putting him on game. And maybe he's not going to give it to you, but he's going to work for it.
Yeah.
Work, and I'll teach you, and I'll give you some money to go and start your own store.
Huevos and go and work, and once you learn the business, then you can buy your own.
And that's the thing, bro. They're helping each other grow.
Yeah.
Like that's beautiful, bro.
We don't do that, bro.
No, it'd be so cool if and it sucks to say this, bro, and I can only speak for the Latino community, bro, because I'm Latino. Yeah. But it sucks to see that it's like that. And you're right, bro. It's always about what rims are you getting, what car are you getting, what purse do you have, what heels do you have. It's always about
what
the Louboutins.
What did you buy?
Exactly.
What nalgas did you buy?
What nalgas? Yeah. What Tijuanazo? Hey, who's your Tijuanazo special doctor? Like, no mames. Like, we should be talking more about. Let's put each other on. Let's reach that financial freedom. Let's break that generational curse. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want my kids to suffer the way that we suffered. You know what I mean? Right. And I'm sure my parents didn't want us to suffer the way that they suffered. So it's like, it's all about putting our next generation on the map.
Speaking to my soul right now.
My brother, come on. I'm trying to be in shit. If you're from Ventura County, I'm trying to be in Spanish Hills. You know what I mean?
Yeah, what you're saying to me right now, but not to cut you off, but I've been saying this for many years. Success comes in generations. Don't fail the generations before you.
Yep.
I'm going to say it again for people out there listening. Success comes in generations. I will be goddamn if I fail my parents for the shit they did, or my grandparents for the shit they did to get me to where I'm at. Yep. I'm definitely humble as fuck, and I will never fail them if I can do my best. And I think I'm doing great at this moment in my life. Mm-hmm. That's not to say I could lose in law, because everyone can lose everything, right? But do not fail those people in your past who did their best to get you to where you're at. Do not forget the people in your lineage who fought to get to where you are today, because it's an important thing. And maybe in your life, maybe in your family, that's another thing. But in mine it was, and I'm going to protect that.
Yeah. No, I'm with you 100% on that, bro. We got to do our part. We got to do our part to put the following generation on game. Yep. And, bro, I think we're all just, a lot of it also has to do, bro, is like we're cut from different cloth.
Sure.
We just think a different way, bro. I'm not a jealous person. I'm not an envious person. If I put someone on and I see them making money and being successful, fuck yeah, I'm a root for you.
Yeah.
My time is coming. My time is coming. That's the way I always see it.
Yep.
I'm next, or my time is coming.
And that's why you're successful.
Yeah. And I wouldn't even consider it successful yet, bro.
Not yet. Well, that's why you're doing good.
I'm in a good position.
Yes.
I'll tell you this, Javi. I'm in a good position, bro. But I'm barely scratching. I haven't even got started yet.
Same here.
Barely
stay frosty,
scratching the surface. Right? Oh, of course. You said it earlier. Yeah, we got to stay frosty, bro. We got to stay on your toes. You feel me? You got to stay on your toes and always be ready, man. But I think that's, man, that's the way that I think when it comes to that.
Yeah. I just want Latinos to do better, because I think there's a lot of groups of people in America that have been doing exceptionally well for generations now.
Yep.
For instance, there are entire black colleges, right?
Yep.
And I'm not knocking them by any means. I'm excited for them, right? Like,
oh yeah,
they went through generations of bullshit, but there are entire black colleges that have entire fraternities and sororities based around kind of black culture.
Yeah.
Where's those Latino cultures and sororities at? They're out here, but are they known? Are they nationally known? Are they on TV when Saturday football's happening, talking about where's the Latino community, the Latino college out there playing football? No, we don't have those yet. We need to get better when it comes to passing on things to the next generation. And I think that's really important. And I hope that everybody who's listening who is Latino understands that, hey, we have a larger percentage of us than most other races in this country. Mm-hmm. And it's time for all of you to do your fucking part.
Yeah. We just gotta, we gotta be a little more open-minded, bro. We gotta be a little more open-minded.
Hard work.
Each other up. Yeah. We have the hard work, bro.
Yeah. You know what? You're right. But you're right. You're right. But we have to start putting the hard work into what matters.
Yeah. We have to put the hard work in, like you said, into what matters and into other things rather than just the 9-to-5 type of thing. Like, put the hard work into developing yourself into.
Right.
We have to learn how to admit our mistakes too, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Especially male Latinos, bro. Especially
Say it
male
again.
Latinos, bro. We got to learn.
I don't know. Toxicas are kind of crazy too.
Bro,
but,
toxicas are
but
insane.
say it again, though. But say it again.
But it's because
nosotros,
bro. It's us. We're the pendejos that allow it too, bro.
That's true. 100%.
We are the pendejos that allow it, and we praise it, bro. And
I don't want to have to admit that, but say it again.
We're the pendejos that allow it, and we praise it. That's the issue, bro.
Yeah, you're right.
Honestly, bro, I gotta say this again, bro. I don't mean to sound like a mandilon, bro, but fuck it. I wear the mandil with pride. My woman, bro, she understands that I am the alpha in the relationship, right. But I also understand that sometimes I need to be the beta.
Yeah.
And she has to be the alpha. And it's okay, bro. I'll shut the fuck up. And I'll say, honey, yes, you're right. Get it. Do your thing. You're correct. You got this. You know what I mean? And I don't just say it just to fucking make her. No. I say it because I mean it.
Right.
But I think that's where we gotta work a little better, gentlemen. We gotta work a little better.
It's called balance. And that's kind of, in my Instagram, I post a lot of kind of like, yin and yang posts and polls and stuff. And what I can tell is like 90% of those posts, when it comes to whether it's a pro male or pro female thing, is that 90% of it, people are like, oh yeah, we get it. Like this is, we need to do better no matter what angle it is. But there's that 10% still kind of angry and upset and kind of bitter.
Like tapados, like, bro. They're fucking.
It's excuse me, guys. I didn't mean to cough in the mic, but it's a yin and a yang thing. You know what I mean? Like at the end of the day, you have a good balance in your relationship. And that's what we should all look to aspire to and kind of try to find in life. And I haven't found it yet. I'm old. Somebody fucking just
don't trip, bro. I'm gonna raffle you.
Take one for the bully. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm gonna raffle you, bro. I'm gonna raffle coming soon, ladies. Check
cool,
my Instagram
man.
for updates.
Well, I do. We've been talking for an hour. I really appreciate you coming and talking on the podcast. You guys have no idea. This is a big deal to have this guy on my podcast.
Appreciate that, bro.
It's been awesome. We'll do it again.
Hell yeah. Whenever you want, bro. I'm always willing, especially with like-minded individuals like you, bro. Appreciate it. I know it's something that I've been wanting to do for a minute with you. I've been wanting to meet you, bro, and it's cool that I finally got to meet you.
Shit, Rico. I'm going to throw my panties at him. Bring Rico on next time or whatever. You know,
bro.
We'll have a good time. We'll do it again. And if you guys just look up for it's Inside the Millennial Mindset, right?
Yes, sir.
And it's on Instagram.
We're on Instagram as just Millennial Mindset. On most of our on Instagram, I think we only have one N on Millennial because somebody else owns the other one.
Culeros.
Fucking assholes. If they want to sell it, hit us up. We'll buy it. But yeah, look us up, Millennial Mindset with one N. We post a lot of different bullshit on there. We just post really. We talk about shit that people need to talk about but don't talk about. So, hell yeah.
Good stuff, you guys, man. I appreciate everyone listening. Rico J, thanks again, man. All right. Work out. Peace.
Later.